York, New York, New York, New York, New York, New York. Cows, New York.
I'm totally taking anything that has anything to do with the New York Marathon out of this stinking podcast. I can only listen to so much, Kyle.
Nope, I think you need to leave everything that we just said right in there.
Hello, everyone. Greetings and salutations. Welcome back to another episode of the Back of the Pack podcast. I'm your host, Kyle Walker. My pleasure as always. This is the weekend of the Liberty Half Marathon. So the race is now in the books as I sit here and record this. It was another insanely difficult year. I'm definitely giving this race the award for being the most difficult half marathon I've ever run. You can go to Hospital Hill, and especially Hospital Hill's newer course that they had to change just this past year. Liberty kicks its butt. The hills are just insane. The course is extremely difficult. And don't get me wrong, this is not a knock against the race at all. Like, it's a great race. It is very well run. It is very well organized. And I enjoy the heck out of it. I had a great time yesterday, but the course is tough. And we're just calling it what it is here. It is a very difficult course. So if you have not run the Liberty Half before and you really feel like challenging yourself, well, then this is the race for you, my friends. But we had a great time this weekend. Again, the race was great. We were at the expo on Friday. I know a lot of people dropped by the expo. They came, they said hello. We met some new friends at the race. We saw some of our great friends at the race. It was super fun. So what we did was we actually brought out some of our equipment and we did some recording at the expo. So you're going to hear some excerpts from what we recorded this past weekend. You're going to talk to the race director, Nathan, and then we're going to talk to a marketing person from the hospital. Her name is Julie Gilmore. And she's going to be able to tell you all about the charity and where the funds go for this race. As you know, that's really big for us. We like to talk to the charities. We like to, kind of highlight all the various causes out there and the ways people are trying to make a difference, in our world, which is great. So a huge thanks to Nathan and Julie. And then you're going to hear from the race director for the KC Hustle Run coming up on September 17th. And that's Will. The only problem is when Will and I record together, it's really hard to stay serious, and it's way more fun to try and really tick off producer Katie, and we are super good at it. So we sound a little silly as we're talking, but that's just because we were at the expo and having a good time. So we want you guys to listen in and listen to the race director, Nathan, and listen to Julie, and then you can listen to Will and I if you want. But a lot of good information in here, and then trust me, as any good race director will do, Nathan is already starting to get you jazzed up for next year. And again, if you've not run this course, I highly suggest that you do that. You have at least got to try it once. And the medals for this year, so you're going to hear Nathan talk about them in the interview that we did, but what he says does not do it justice. I will just tell you this. I was tired after the race. Go figure. I had just run a half marathon. I took the medal. I put it around my neck. I walked maybe 50 feet and I took it off from around my neck because that thing was heavy. Their medals are awesome. Great job by everyone at the Liberty Half on these medals. They are impressive. And I now can't wait to see what they do for next year, because if they keep getting bigger and badder, they're going to end up being the largest half marathon medals in the country. Like, I am comfortable in saying that. These things were amazing. So there's my big plug for the medal if you are a medal person like I am. And now please enjoy all of our recordings from the Liberty Half Expo. Again, a great weekend, and we really can't wait to go back next year.
Okay, so we're here with Julie Gilmore, who is with Liberty Hospital, and this is here for the Liberty Half Marathon and 5K right here on William Jules campus. So tell me, you said, we were talking earlier, that you guys have 4 fundraisers during the year to benefit Liberty Hospital. So we've got this race. What are the other ones?
Yes, so this race is kind of sort of what starts off the year every year. So it's a really good kickoff, and this is definitely our biggest event in terms of people participation. It really gets everyone out from the community in greater Kansas City area, gets the foundation really good visibility. And then we have an auction that happens in June.
Nice.
And that's over at the Hospitality House on Liberty Hospital's campus.
Okay.
And then we have a golf tournament in the fall, and then we have another run walk in October, Kylie's Gift, for Infant Miscarriage Awareness Month.
And do you guys have a date set for that?
We do. It's October 14th of this upcoming year.
October 14th. And okay, so tell me a little bit about that race. I honestly have not heard of that until today. So
yeah,
give me the info on that.
It's not a timed race, so it's just a community fun run. So we have a fun run that actually goes around the trail of the hospital, and then it ends with a candlelight vigil. So it's a lot of different families that have been affected by miscarriage or premature birth, and so it's a really special cause. It's one of the foundation's direct programs called Kylie's Gift, and so we support those families in need of that, I guess, a way to grieve and mourn, but then also to celebrate, the wonderful life that their kid has now been able to grow into the legacy through the race.
Right.
So, and then we also then turn all of those proceeds into sleep sacks for the hospital. So in the birthing center at Liberty Hospital, every baby that's born there gets a sleep sack. So one of those safe sleep, they zip up, and all the proceeds from the race go back.
Awesome. Okay, well, see, I'm learning something new. Now, we'll go back to today. So the Liberty Half Marathon, where does the money from this race go to? How does it benefit the charity?
Yes, so this year, every year the proceeds go back to the Liberty Hospital Foundation, but this year in specific, those dollars are being used for the tree house at the hospital. So the tree house is our on-site hospitality house for patients and families who are receiving care at the hospital. So we see everyone clear up to the Iowa border and beyond coming down into Liberty.
Nice.
And so some of these families who are either coming here, think for chemo patients, for radiation treatment, for surgeries over at the hospital, they need somewhere to stay, and so do their families. So the hospitality house at the hospital is a low to no cost amenity for any of the patients and their families to use, and it was built 20 years ago.
Oh, nice.
As you can imagine, it needs some upgrades and updates, yes. So we're doing those vital renovations starting in May. So all of these proceeds will help renovate the treehouse. So ADA compliance, new tech there, a patient resource room, which will actually, for the oncology patients, have different wigs and clothes and prosthetics there as well. So
that's great. Okay, so we all know we're runners. Injuries happen. Sometimes you can't make a race. What can people do who weren't able to get to this particular race or this event? How can they continue to help that cause?
Yeah, absolutely. So like I said, every dollar from here goes back to the foundation. So even if they've signed up but they're unable to run today, all of those dollars will still go back to the foundation. They can also visit us at www.libertyhospitalfoundation.org, and then they can hit donate, and they can just make a donation there too.
That's awesome. All right, great. All right, well, thank you very much for joining us. Is there anything else you want to get on this podcast? Anything else we should mention? I mean,
we're just
open forum right here.
Yeah, we are just so grateful for the greater Kansas City community coming to help support such a great cause.
Yeah.
I mean, I think one question that runners always have are, where do my dollars go?
Always.
And so to know that it goes directly back into the community through the hospital, so grants and different renovations and upgrades and updates, that's what this race helps support. So, we see people from all the way into the Kansas border and all the way up to the Iowa border. So at some point in time, their lives might be affected or cross over to the hospital. So it just means a lot to us.
Do you happen to know, are all states represented, do you think? Are we close? 25 states maybe?
Yeah, we have 22 states, 22 countries.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah, so we have quite a few countries. So for such a small nonprofit to get this kind of visibility is just really amazing. So we are honored.
That's huge. Awesome. All right, everyone. So we're still here at the Liberty Half Expo. We've been here all day. You've heard from the marketing director, but now we're going to sit down and we're going to talk to Nathan Spencer. He is the race director. He is the big man in charge. Here we go. So how long do you guys have to, how long does it take to get this set up?
Well, we did this yesterday. We started about noon, laying out everything. Had a committee meeting at 3:30, so we were done by then. I mean, we just had a few things to set up after that, but it wasn't bad. Came in this morning at 7, finished setting up things. But yeah, we tried to do it the night before.
Okay.
And then,
is that just for the expo, or what about the course?
The course, I've been all week long. So I was marked, it was 60 degrees Monday.
Yeah.
I marked the arrows Monday. I put out the race route signs, the road closed signs. I put the feather banner stakes in for the mile markers. I tried to do all that while it was warm because it was just raining all week. And that's kind of, so did that. And then Thursday I went out and remarked some of the arrows just to make them brighter after the rain.
Sure.
But yeah, then we'll start in at 3 o'clock tomorrow morning putting out cones. The city's already put out cones along the road. We just got to set them out. We've got our own cones. Casey Running Company comes behind us. They set out their stuff. The finish line's all set up today.
Okay.
Kids run set up today.
Right.
So we're doing pretty good now. But yeah, Mostly, we'll be here at 3 in the morning out on the course setting it up. So yeah, it's rough, but it's a long day.
Yeah, that's a long day. About what time do you get to wrap up?
Well, by the time we get to clean up stadium, clean up here, we're out of here by about 2 o'clock. So that's 11 hours probably one day.
11 hours starting that early in the morning. That's just got to be joy.
I don't sleep. Like after this is over tonight, we got Flip It for Saturday.
Right.
And my mind's running too crazy. I've been doing it 6 years and still does the same thing. I get too antsy about race day, but most of the thing I stress about is the weather during the week.
Right.
But this is the only day. Tomorrow is the only day it's not supposed to rain.
Yep.
57 degrees, 40 at the start, no wind.
Yep.
I mean, so we've got real lucky this year.
I think we are. I think we really hit a home run.
It'll be a good racing weather for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we're good. Our volunteers are great. We have a lot of volunteers signed up, and we usually do pretty good with them all showing up, so that's good. We have some fraternities that are other fraternities that are jumping in to do a thing out there.
Let's go. I like
it. One of them came by earlier, the KAs, the Kappa Alpha, and they said, "Hey, we know there's a water stop by us, but can we do our own thing?" And I'm like, "You make that a party. I don't care what you do,
please."
Yeah, for sure. So you can do whatever you want. It's for the runners. It's around a little after mile 12. Mm-hmm. They're exhausted. They're looking for fun. So you just candy, beer, water. I don't care. Just have fun with it.
Absolutely.
So, should be 2 water stops out there at that house.
I will make use of both of them, no doubt.
So it'll be good. It'll be fun.
Awesome.
We're excited about that. I was like, man, we encourage all that.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's going to be fun. So I'm trying to think of all the stuff that we went over on the episode where the audio died on us.
That's crazy, right?
It figures.
So I think you talked to Julie.
Yes, we did talk to Julie.
So she kind of explained what this goes towards, which is a big impact in the community.
Which is great. It was great to talk to her.
Yeah, so she kind of explained that and everything. But yeah, man, I mean, we're going to probably we should have at 2,000 runners this year.
2,000? Okay.
We've got over 1,060 half marathoners, almost 900 5K runners, and then we have about 55 kids so far signed up. Yeah, starts at 8 o'clock.
Yep.
8:45 for the 5K, 9:45 for the kids run. The finish line will be on the track. Like I said, it's already set up, ready to go.
Which is beautiful.
Yeah,
it's going to be nice to have some of that stuff done.
Yeah, it's nice to, for sure. So, yeah, we're gearing to go. We'll have all kinds of high V food at the end. We got Kurt's Energy Bar, Supplement Superstore, Highland Dairy at the finish line. You got beer. Three Hatch Brewery will be in here with the free beer for everybody that's over 21.
I will definitely be looking for them.
For sure. They got 2 beers they're bringing. Athletico and Lotus Care, and everybody will be in here stretching runners before and after the race.
Right.
McBee Car Wash will be here handing out coffee for all the runners starting at 6 o'clock in the morning, and they're brewing it on site. So they're not. It's going to be fresh coffee.
Good.
So anybody wants coffee at 6 o'clock in the morning can have that. So,
I do.
Yeah.
I definitely have coffee before a race.
Exactly.
Get that little caffeine boost.
That's true, right?
For whatever that's worth, I want it.
Yeah, it'll be good. Shuttles are all set, ready to go. We can't park on the grass just because of the rain and stuff that we've had all week.
Been too wet for that.
I know. We've 2 times in a row, right? So we've been trying to. That's nice when we can use it, but we're just going to add a couple more buses, and that way we're good to go.
Yeah, where do people park at? What church?
So they park at the Pleasant Valley Baptist Church.
That's right.
Yeah.
Pleasant Valley.
So it's about 10 minutes away. We'll have 8 buses running every 10 to 15 minutes, and so that should go pretty smooth. We'll have restrooms out there just in case people need to go use a restroom out there. Those were all set up this morning. So of course, and then have 9 water stops.
Okay.
And then an additional if anybody wants one. But we have 9 water stops. We got 5 with Gatorade.
Okay.
Our biggest one at mile 7 will have goo or honey stinger gels, and then they'll have bananas and Gatorade and water out there, music. All of them will have playing music. A few entertainment groups on the course.
Okay.
So somebody with the drum, and we got somebody just playing with their DJing in the car and stuff like that too. So cheerleaders are out there. Yeah, it'll be fun.
I like the course monitors that just open up their car and
that's what we encourage all of them. I'm really good. I really push that with our volunteer management group. I'm like, all the water stops, all the course monitors. Let's have music.
Yep.
Let's cheer. Let's have signs, cowbells, whatever. That's why, a lot of people like to do cones or caution tape on the streets. I like course monitors because it's nice when runners can see people. And so, anyways, it just gives them that little bit of boost, And so, anyhow, we definitely have a lot of course monitors, but for that reason, too. I just like to see people, so.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, this year, what have you found to be the most challenging part of putting this race together? Because I know you've been working on this for months and months. And
Oh
months
yeah,
and
we
months and
work on it as soon as it's over, right? We start again. I mean, it's part of it. Now in your 6th year. I think the most challenging thing, and a lot of races are dealing with this right now, I think, is just getting some registrations.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people, I think, have found different hobbies during COVID, maybe not training as much as they used to for the bigger races, half marathons, fulls. On ours, it's challenging anyways just because of the course, and so it's it's a challenging course. That's why we offer huge medals and swag. We got good swag, huge medals. It doesn't cost as much as some of the other races, but we give back a lot more.
Sure.
Like with swag, and just try to encourage people to sign up. And I think that's been the challenging thing for most races, not just us. But I always want more. Obviously, everybody wants more, right? And so, like I said, we'll hit 2,000, but that's obviously a little lower than what we've been last year. We were 2150 last year.
Okay.
So, you know, a lot of races, they say are down 15, 20%. We'll be down less than 10. I'm okay with that.
Sure.
It's just, I think that's the most challenging thing this year would be that.
Yeah.
And it's just figuring it out. I mean, you're not sure what runners are thinking or what people are thinking, and
no, we're thinking we want every hill in Liberty
right,
that you can find,
even for the 5K.
Yeah,
we don't miss out. Nobody misses out on hills with this one for sure.
Yeah, no.
But just think of that big dinner plate when you get back. That's all you got to do.
Yeah. Oh, and I think we've earned every calorie that
and
we're
that's
going to
why
take
I
in.
do it, right? That's why I have a dinner plate, is because you've earned it.
Yep.
You've done that course. It don't matter if you're first or last. You've still done the same amount of mileage on this course.
100%.
So,
yep. And the medals here have always been wonderful.
and that's what I do races because of medals, right?
Yes.
So if I'm going to organize a race, it's going to have a good medal.
That's correct.
And anyways, that's my pride and joy, is making sure that medal is a good medal.
Yeah.
And so,
It is. I know there's one sitting on the other side of the curtain. I try not to look at it. I don't want to see it like actually in person until I'm putting it around my own neck.
Oh yeah. When it's dragging you down.
Yeah, that's right.
Turn it over. Put your Hy-Vee food snacks on it when you're done for a dinner plate. You don't need a plate. You just use that. So yeah, and the 5K medal's big too. I mean, it's 4 inches. It's bigger than most marathon or half marathon medals. You know, for the 5K. So yeah, it's nice as well. And then, like I said, we have the kids run. They got a 2-inch medal that they get, an actual custom medal with custom ribbon.
Yeah, I've actually seen a lot of the little kids walking through with their orange bags.
Oh yeah, they get an orange bag. They get some crowns that they're put in there. They get a stick-on bib, and then they get a nice 2-inch medal if they run 100 yards. And so yeah,
and they get to do it on the track.
They get to do it right there on the football field, on the turf.
Nice.
Even right on the turf, right down the hash marks. Yep.
So you need to bring little footballs so they can tuck a football and run it. Oh, that'd be kind of fun.
Well, yeah, it's fun to see all of them. Like, you know, we'll have so many. We do 3 different heats, and it's just, I mean, with the pictures of them just running through there, it's a lot of fun. So.
And they are churning.
A lot of them are like, that's it? I'm like, yeah, that's it.
Next you can do a 5K.
Yeah, that's right. And I mean, that's the thing, you know, ages 3 to 10 for the kids run, and we'll get 5K runners that, you know, I mean, obviously a lot of them will do 5K too. So 5K, you get a lot more swag. You get gloves this year. You get the, you know, the bag and all the goods.
And I love the gloves.
Yeah, so the gloves are nice and handy.
So great.
I use them all year at other races or anywhere.
I wear those
a little bit of covering, you know. And so it is kind of neat to see our gloves out everywhere, and like we had some guy that just ran Tokyo Marathon that, you know, had the gloves on.
Nice.
And so yeah, it was
that's
just
awesome.
neat to see him.
Oh,
you know?
man. Yeah, so I didn't see that.
Had to
That's
repost
super cool.
that, and
absolutely.
You know, and he was like, sent me that picture. I'm like, oh, that is awesome.
Yeah.
So and this, it's really cool to like just be able to have that stuff out there, and but the gloves are very handy.
Yes. You made it so you can still use your cell phone with them.
That's exactly right.
Those were last year. It's the first pair of gloves I ever had where you could do the little cell phone
just
finger
thin little
thing.
gloves, but you can actually use your cell phone with them.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
That's important to folks, I guess. But I liked it. So.
Oh, yeah.
Well, cool. Let's see.
Yeah.
What else do we want to go over?
Next year will be the last Saturday in March still. We'll still continue that.
So you're already getting plans going for next year?
Oh, yeah. Well, and, you know, we rebranded a little bit this year with our new design and stuff. And so, anyways, we'll have all the apparel next year will be the new stuff.
Okay.
All our new signage we've done and everything. So, yeah, we'll go with that. And then we'll do it the last Saturday of March. And like I said, we'll probably open up registration probably around 1st of May is our plan. And for next year, and then be a part of the Heartland 39.
That was my next question. You're going to stay a part of the Heartland?
Yeah,
there
we'll be a part of the Heartland, the first race of that series. And it's every 2 weeks now, so it's back to that 5-week challenge or 6-week challenge.
As well it should be.
Yes, exactly. It was a little bit spread out, you know.
Yeah, I think there was a couple of years where it was 3 months almost.
Yeah, I know. Well,
like a March and April and a May.
Yeah, and then you had a May, and it's later in May, and so so we'll be the first race again next year for that. And
perfect.
We always like working with Casey Running Company, and they've been a really big, good partner for us and big help, and keeping this race going and the size that it is with the Heartland Series. So and then we're part of the Hometown Half Series that they did this year.
That's true. Yeah, that was
the second race of that series.
That was a new one this year.
It's kind of nice, the small towns that give back to the local communities and anyways to kind of showcase them and everything. Yeah. No, that's a fun one. We're excited to be a part of both of those.
Absolutely. Yeah. So hopefully they'll do both those series again next year.
I hope so, and I think they will. I mean, the Heartland Series has been 12 years or something like that. So it's
been a while.
So it's been good, and and 3 good races in there. So
and next time Will walks by, you can kick him. It's fine.
Yeah, it's okay.
Just trip
push him down.
Yeah, get out of the way.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, I know you're super busy. It's kind of your busiest 2 days of your year.
Oh yeah, I know, right? I was been all week, but these 2 days are the crazy days.
It's gonna fly by.
All the calls, all the everything. It's like I said, once in the morning, kind of the afternoon, it slows down a little bit until tomorrow morning. Right. Once everything's loaded, I got all the food from Hy-Vee, kind of get all that done. The police are all done. The city's all got their stuff out.
Right.
We know everything's ready. It's in place.
Sure.
Let's just have good weather and get it done. So.
Well, here's hoping. But like I said, I think the weather's going to be good.
Supposed to.
Yeah.
Supposed to stop raining about 3 in the morning.
Okay.
Hopefully it's not one of those heavy mists, but I think it's, we'll see. But, yeah.
So then what does your Sunday look like? Your Sunday after the big race?
Sunday, I'm thinking about Monday, what I got to get back to get back to storage. Because there's a full 2 days of that. On Monday is to get everything back to storage because we're at a different location.
Right.
We're here at William Jewell when everything's got to go back towards the hospital.
Can't just have a day off.
Right. So then Tuesdays where it really is like, okay, next year we're thinking about that.
There you go.
We'll have a little committee post-race celebration and stuff at the end of the year or end of the week. And then, Sunday I'm exhausted and I'm like, wow, it's all done, But I feel when it hits about 8:45 and that 5K takes off, that's when some of the relief is like, it's done.
Finally, everyone's
done.
out. Yeah.
Now I can go enjoy the finish and put those big medals around people's necks and just cheer them on coming in because the hard part's over.
Yeah, the work is done.
Now it's the fun time.
Right.
You just got to get to 8:45 after the police are on me, the buses are on me, and we get all the questions answered. And as long as we have a few injuries on the course, we'll have that.
Sure.
We have to go pick up stuff, but 8:45 hits and it's we're good.
Then it's party time.
It's party time.
Absolutely.
It's enjoy everything that you've done and see everything that you've done and look at all the smile on people's faces for finish something tough.
Right.
And hopefully they go PR Rock the Parkway when they're done.
Right. Yeah.
Like they did last year.
This is a great tune-up.
Like they did yesterday. It is. And we get a lot of people from they're doing Boston.
Yeah.
And that use this as a warm-up course, as
That's
you
me.
are, right? And so it's a nice course to kind of feel out Boston because Boston's hilly.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
So we get that, hey, that's a perfect time. Let's go do that. Kind of feel where we're at because Boston's in 3 weeks, and so so we've got that over the last few years. Those people have really liked having the race about 3 weeks out so they can kind of on a tough course.
Yeah, last week was supposed to be kind of the big long run for the people following Boston.
It was super cold last week.
Yeah, and it was nasty.
That day. That would have been colder than our coldest race we had.
Yeah, so this is perfect distance at the perfect time for that particular race. So no complaints here.
Right.
Other than the hills.
I know.
But I'm always going to complain
it's
about
always like going to complain about the hills, right?
Well, I got to be able to give you a hard time.
After the race. Everybody's going to say, oh my gosh, that was the hilliest thing. But don't you like that medal?
Exactly. And yes, I do.
I know. I mean, if I can entice you with a medal, I'll just keep doing it. I know it's tough. I get it. It's the terrain we are in Liberty. But we try to make it fun. We try to add a lot of water stops. We got, like I said, 9. There's 2 restrooms per water stop if anybody needs that. But there's also, the swag. We just try to do it because we know it's a tough course. We want, we know it's a challenge, but we want you to have something good that you get with your registration because you've earned it. You've earned it.
Yep. Well, that's where it's nice when a runner puts on a run. You know these things.
Right,
you know exactly what we want.
I've ran the course. I know it.
Exactly.
I've ran every course we've had, I've ran it just to see what the runners feel. I think that's, should be the requirement. You should run to see what the runners have to deal with, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And I know it's tough. I get it.
Because what was your last race?
My last race
you just did one recently.
Was that John Brown?
The John Brown, okay.
John Brown half marathon. Yep. So I got a 50 mile in April that I'm training for, my second 50 mile of the year. So I'm, training for that. So that's a whole different, I did 19 miles last Saturday in that cold on the trails and mud and everything else. But I mean, it was frozen mud at the time. But that's why I'm not doing Rock the Parkway. My wife is. She does the Heartland. She's done the Heartland every year. I think tomorrow will be her 122nd half marathon or something in there.
Nice. Who's faster? Be honest.
I'm faster.
Oh, okay. Did you hear that? You heard that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
She hates it too, but no, she's been running a lot longer than me too.
Okay.
So she's got a lot more miles built up. I didn't like running until she started signing me up for races. And I think the first one was like the Sweetheart run that we did as a couple, and we got like first or second in our, in the category, and I'm like, okay, this is kind of addicting, but she's kept signing me up for races, and now I'm like signing her up for races, and so it's and I've been running since 2015. Okay. Like the end of 2015, when I was training for a full marathon. I told her I'd do one with her. When we did Little Rock, I said if I'm going to do one, I'm going to do it with the biggest medal. The biggest
finisher medal. That's right.
And then it was a month later, and I did Garmin, and then I just did like 5 full marathons that year, and a bunch of hats. I just didn't go slow. I just went full in. I'm like, well, if I can do this, I'll just keep doing it. So I've got my endurance up. So
no, the most I've done is 2 fulls in a year.
So now I've got more into trail running and doing more ultra distances, and just trying to expand out, right, and doing a lot of roads. So her and I have probably done over, I would say, 700 races between us probably. Wow. And since
holy
it's been
cow.
just in the last several years, so we've done a lot.
That is a lot of racing.
A lot of racing, a lot of medals too. We got them all over the wall.
I was gonna say, I hope you guys have those displayed.
It's anchored down.
Yep.
Yeah, we got a lot of medals, and that's what we do. We do it for the medals. That's why I try to do, like I said, this one. Make sure it has a good medal because of that.
And it is. So now, anyone who's hearing this after the fact, that in May they need to get signed up.
That's right.
And do Liberty next year.
We'll do an early bird special.
Yeah. There you go.
You'll get a big discount.
Okay.
And our first expo will be at Hospital Hill.
Okay. Yep.
And so make sure you come by and see us. Hopefully by then we usually try to have somewhat of a little bit of the new metal design or something by then if we can, and so at least know where we're heading.
Right.
But we'll do a free entry drawing there, and we'll kind of get have the early bird special pricing, and kind of get back out there.
Perfect. Yeah. Amazing. It just
never
starts. Yeah, it's gonna be starting all over again.
Never stops.
Oh,
now when it gets this big, you just keep going.
Yeah. No, well, it's a great one.
That's right.
I've only missed this race 1 year. That was only due to heart surgery.
Oh,
so
well, that's understandable.
I guess. I still thought about getting out here.
That's understandable. I hear you.
Yeah. Other than that, I've been here every time, so I love it. So.
That's great. No, it's great to have the support of you guys back to the pack and doing this for us and kind of getting the word out about the foundation and what the funds are going for, and being able to give back $100,000 each year, and
Yeah, which is great.
So it's been really great for the community for sure.
Yep. Yeah. Get some people up here who might not otherwise venture up to Liberty.
Exactly. Yeah. Right. And a lot of, we even get people from Olathe and Overland Park area that didn't even know Liberty had a downtown area, like a square, and it's been around hundreds of years, it's an old town.
Oh, it is.
Jesse James and all that through here, and there's a lot of historic areas, historic homes that we run through part of the course, and so, and that's why we were always glad in 19 we moved it to downtown, just because we were able to showcase Liberty.
I do like the downtown part.
It's just got a lot of history there to it.
Yep,
so
for sure.
We love showcasing it, and that's where the money goes back to, is to our community, the Northland community. Yeah.
Yep. Awesome. Well, thank you very much for your time.
Hey, thank you.
I know you're busy.
Oh yeah.
You might have one or two things you have to do.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we at least got to do this.
Yeah, I know. This time it works.
Yeah.
All right, our day here at the Liberty Half Expo continues on. Now we are being joined by our race director, Will. Hi, Will.
Hi, everybody.
So as you guys know, Will he's going to do the KC Hustle Run for us. He's getting that all organized. So how's preparation for that race going?
We have been super busy.
Arguing?
Arguing, yeah. That's what we do best. Talk about New York and things like...
ticking off Katie.
Yeah,
And for anyone who's wondering, yes, producer Katie can see us right now and is shooting death looks at us. It's great.
Why is she telling us about, number 1 or something? I don't understand that.
There might be something coming up that we're going to need all of our KC Hustle Club peeps to assist with. We are actually getting some swag ready for the KC Hustle Run, and we're going to need people's vote on what they prefer. So, yes, we're actually going to leave it up to the folks to choose some of the swag for our race.
Yes, we are very excited about that. Katie has been working very hard on the beanies, and she has got those ready.
I guess now this is a good time to announce that we're not doing T-shirts, we're doing beanies for this race.
Yes.
I don't think we made that clear before.
Well, the good thing is part of the swag pack is a beanie and the medal.
Yep.
You do have an opportunity to buy the KC Hustle Run T-shirt as well.
Yes.
And that will be on the website coming up. Like I said, Katie's been very busy. She's designed the medal. That is in the final stages of getting that, so
yes,
that's getting ready to come up. The beanies are getting ready to come out. The T-shirt design is getting ready to come out. We have some other announcements about our race that's coming out, some of the vendors, some of the sponsors, some of the people that's going to be working there. So there's a lot of information coming. So definitely go to the KC Hustle Run website.
Which is real easy, www.kchustlerun.com.
Yes, and also follow us on social media. We're on Facebook and Instagram.
Yep, and social media, of course, is the best way to keep up on all the changes, promotions. So, yeah. So, all right, well, there we go. That's Will. We're here at the Liberty Half Expo and having fun talking to vendors. And, yeah, so we'll be back with more.
Okay, so another huge thank you to everyone who came on the podcast with us this week at the Expo. Special race director and marketing director. They were super busy. They're running around, taking care of everything, but they both took time to talk to us. And so I want to thank Nathan and Julie. That was really awesome of them to be able to sit down and have a few words. So that's going to do it for this week's episode of the Back of the Pack podcast. Thank you guys for listening as always. Next weekend, we're going to be at the Jaden's Bug Run 10K. So that's what's coming up. Rock the Parkway is after that. And then I'm off to Boston. So that's right around the corner, as frightening as that is. And we're going to try and bring you a lot of coverage from Boston because it's Boston. It's not quite New York, right, producer Katie? But it's Boston. So thank you guys for listening. Make sure you get out there. Go sign up for the KC Hustle Run coming up on September 17th. We just had a price increase, so you kind of missed out on that. But don't miss out and drag your feet and get hit by the next price increase. All right, go get signed up now. So that way you can really start looking forward to September 17th. So my name is Kyle Walker. I'm your host. My pleasure as always. This show is brought to you by OKKC Sports and produced by Katie O'Neill, producer Katie. So we'll see you next week, everybody. Have a great week of training. Spring is in the air. Enjoy, and we'll see you soon.
This is where Katie's going to edit stuff. We're here at the Liberty Half Expo. Well, cool. Let's see.
Yeah.
What else do we want to go over? We can splice this all together.
Yeah.
Because Katie has the power. Why were you just shaking your head, producer Katie? It's going to be fine, Katie. Everything's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. It's great. Everything's great. Everything's wonderful. You can hear me just fine.
Check.
That was really awesome. Awesome.